Yeah, welcome once again to all of you to the session today on budgets and controls. So I'm Gopi Krishna, hosting the session today and presenting budgets and controls webinar to you. Today we are going to discuss on various aspects of budgets and controls and what it is beneficial for. So this will be one-way audio communication and you will be able to see the presentation or a demo which I am going to show on my computer on your screens. If you have any questions, you can come back to me through the chat and let me know whether you are able to get it or if you have any doubts, you can ask that. So do not hesitate to ask any questions in between. So let us respond to that. Let this be an interactive session so that I can be confirmed that whatever is being presented is being grasped by the attendees. Right, and at the end of the session also we will have a question and answer session. Even if you have mic, we can have discussion also. One-on-one discussion also can be done. Right, so let us see what is the agenda today. So we will understand what is budget or budget and control. Right, so what it means by budget and what are the benefits of it to the businesses, and handling in Tally.ERP 9, how it can be handled in Tally.ERP 9. Then questions, we will take it up at the end of the session. So this is what simple budget and controls is not a big subject, just to understand what is budget and how it can be applied, and what is controls, how can I control some of the aspects in my organization. So that we are going to discuss upon. So what is budget actually? Right? So budget is an estimation of the revenue or the expenses, or revenue and expenses over a specified future period of time. Right? So I have some expenses or income. So an estimation of revenue and expenses. So I will estimate what is going to happen to these expenses or income. Right? So a budget can be made for a person, family, group of people, business, government, country, multinational organization, or just about anything else that makes or and spends money. So this is the actual definition of budget. An estimation of the revenue and expenses over a specified future period of time. So specified future in the sense it might be for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, or whatever the period you want to fix the budget. So budget is nothing but an estimation of revenue or expenses. Right. And a budget can be made for a person, family, group of people, business, government, country, multinational, or just about anything else that makes or spends money. So this is about budget. And what is control? Specified controls on your debtors and creditors limits will ensure business to have a smooth flow. So you want to have a specific controls on your debtors and creditor limits. So I wanted to apply controls on them. So which will have a smooth flow of cash, which will not allow my users to bill more than what is specified in the limit. So this you will see controls is just a simple aspect available in Tally. So how we do that, and we will see that also. So what are the benefits of budgets? So budgets, by doing budgets, a business can refine goals and use of funds efficiently. So you can refine your goals now and then if you want it, and then use the funds available in the company efficiently. Then accurate evaluation of financial activities. Right. So you at the beginning of financial year you might have estimated that my salaries will be 2 lakh per year. But when you see actually what is expended and compare it with your budgeted amount, so you can accurately evaluate what is happening in my company for the financial activities. Right. So are we getting what I am saying about budgets or the controls? What we are discussing? So this will help all this information when you are talking to customer. See, many people doesn't know that budgets and controls are available in Tally and they are not using it. So the actual objective of this webinar is, so we can talk to customer and this is what available. So are you getting what I'm saying? Budgets. So this can be talked to our customers when you are engaging with them. So we are discussing the benefits of budget. So helps in decision making. So as we accurately evaluate the financial activities, I can make the decision proper. Then reference for future planning. Right. So this year I have budgeted this much, but the variance is this much. So I can actually plan for future properly according to the budget what we have it. Yeah. Are everyone with me? Are we getting? Nobody is responding? Alan Anaga, Apex Anaga, George. Okay, Jojo says clear till now. Jitesh, Smart Infotech, Task, Vishal Patak. Okay, so many are saying nothing to much to discuss. Okay, so what is the benefits of controls? Then we have check on credit given and taken. So both way I can have credit check, right? For example, I am buying from my own by supplier and I am selling to one of the customer. So I wanted to have a check on this credit given and taken so that I will not exceed my capabilities or I will not give more than what is available or what is allowed for my supplier, my customer also, right? And then stop billing immediately once limit reaches. So the system will take care of it. So you can stop billing immediately when the limit reaches. Then managing collections and cash flow. So this is very important. So when the limit is reached, so I can follow it up with the customer for getting the money, or I can clear the dues to my supplier also. So how it can be handled in Tally.ERP, that we'll understand. So budget, how we create and alter the budget. Then budget on ledgers, groups, even cost centers we can have it. Then reports we'll see, and variance report, how it can be analyzed and what is happening to my budget, what is happening to my actual expenditure or revenue. And then we'll see credit limits also, how it can be. Controls also has some budget and controls also has one more feature called scenario management, where I can create some scenarios and see my company how it is, how it will look like if I see the business like this. So it is like a scenario. Assuming this, I will see my business. So, for example, I sold 1 lakh rupees, but if I sold 2 lakh rupees, what will be my business looks like? So, like that, I can assume and create a scenario for my company and see the relevant information. So, creating altering scenarios, then creating vouchers for that, and we'll see reports also for this reason. So, this is what we are going to cover in demo. Yeah, are we clear? Any questions now, till now? So we have seen budgets and controls, and even the scenario also we are going to cover. So this we will see in demo of the product now. We will create a company and we will try to evaluate or simulate all these options. George says, could you repeat scenario management? Yeah. So George, if I take, let us say my, what is the date today? Today is January 17th, right? So January 18th, right? Is it 18th? 17th? Okay, 17th January. Now, on 17th January, my business, let us say I am in a business and my business is earning a profit of rupees 2 lakh rupees. Let us say 2 lakh rupees. And to earn for profit of 2 lakh rupees, I have sold 20 lakh rupees. Total sales is 20 lakh. Now, if I want to create a scenario that if I would have sold 30 lakh, what would be my profit? Right? Or if my expenses is 1 lakh till now, if I reduce it to 80,000, what would be my profit? So this is like would-be statement. In the sense, if this is the thing, what would happen to my business? So how would my financial reports look like? What is my business health? So scenario is assuming that if this is the case, what would happen? So we'll see that. You will come to know when we see the demo. And many people, many organizations will use this actually if they know it. If this is the case, what would happen to my business? Jojo, are you getting what I'm saying? So just I'm giving a theoretical explanation about scenario. When we go to the demo, you will be able to appreciate what I'm saying right now. Is that okay? Everyone? Right. So let us start with the demo. Then we go for Tally and see how it can be done. Yeah. So one more question apart from this webinar. Have you downloaded 4.5 version? Okay. So what is the feedback? Jojo says already using it. Harsh says yes. Sir. Okay, good. Says what about 64-bit? Have you tried with 64-bit systems anyway? So try it on 64-bit and see the performance also. Okay, Jojo says now I have checked it in 64 only. It's good. Okay, very good, Jojo. Right. So say in 64-bit, Tally can use memory up to whatever the extent available in this computer. Okay. So one simple information I would like to give you. So 4.5 uses memory to the full extent in 64-bit systems. Where 64-bit system is allowed to use memory to the extent. Okay. Right. So coming back to the session again, we will create a company, budgets, controls, webinar on 17th Jan 2013. So company name I will say ABC company. Smart Infotech says, please tell me about 4.5 release. Yeah, so that is available already in the website Smart Infotech, right? Just I wanted to see whether our partners are very fast and they're on toes with the product. Okay. It's good release Smart Infotech Narayananji, I can say. So go for it and download it if you have and experience it. We have some information there. Okay. Yeah. So I have created budget and controls company. So let us say in F11 I need to activate the budget and controls option. Now you can see there is an option as main budgets and scenario management. There is a separate section available for it. So I'll say maintain budgets and controls to yes, and then for scenario I will say use reversing journals and optional vouchers. So for scenario management we need reversing journals and optional vouchers. So what is this reversing journals and optional vouchers? We will understand. I'll set it to yes and save it. So two options I have enabled under accounting features. One is maintain budgets and control and use reversing journals and optional vouchers. So first one, if I take budgets, right? So I don't have any transactions right now. So let me put a capital of some amount. Just I'm taking, let me receive cash from my proprietor. So 5 lakh rupees, I'm just receiving it. So I have one transaction. And if I go to balance sheet, it shows 5 lakh is available for me, right? Then we will create a budget over here. So let me create a budget. So what I'll do, I'll just first create a group budget. Okay. So there are various ways you can create a budget like ledger or groups or even cost centers also you can create. So I'm not. Apex Anaga says go a little slow. Okay. What is the doubt, Apex Anaga? See, I have activated F11. Is this clear? These two have activated, maintain budget and controls, then reversing journal and option vouchers. Finished. Okay, Apex Anaga says, why I have created a receipt? See, I'm creating a new company, no? I don't have any money, okay? So without money, I cannot spend it, no? So I'm starting a business, just started a business. So I received money from my proprietor, 5 lakh rupees as a capital. That's it, Anaga. It is not required to create budget, okay? Don't confuse it. Are you getting what I'm saying? Just I have money in my business, that's it right now, and I want to start business. Okay. Right. So now I'm going to accounts info. It is not must that you need to have money, okay? You can have negative cash also. So I'm going to accounts info, then budgets. Yeah, I do that, Anaga. Okay. Now I'll go to budget and then create. So while creating budget, I can give any name, right? You can give any name, whatever you wish to, right? So I'll say expenses. To understand, I'll say group budget, right? So for group, I'm fixing the budget. So what is the period? So I need to select the period. So from April to March. So for 1 year, I am creating the budget. Is that clear? So period of budget is provided here. If you want to create a budget for month, you have to give month, or 3 months, 3 months, or 1 year, 1 year you can give it. So normally budget is done for a year in many cases. If you want to change it to the month or year or half yearly or quarterly, you can do that over here. If you want to break it. Right? So I am giving right now as 1st April to 31st March. Correct? So now I will enable groups to yes, the first option. And here it will ask the groups. Right? So which group you want to fix the budget. Clear? Now I will select my indirect expenses as my group. So on total indirect expenses, I would like to fix the budget, or I would like to estimate the budget on my total indirect expenses. Yeah? Any doubt till now? Shall I move on? So I am selecting indirect expenses. I am fixing or estimating the budget on my total indirect expenses. Then we have two options over here. One is on closing balances and another one is on net transaction. So this needs to be understood, very, very important. What is these two options? What are these two options are? One is on closing balances and another one is on net transactions. Right. So that we will understand. First I will select on closing balances and I will show what happens and I will explain it to you on net transactions also. But both should be understood very, very clearly when we need to explain it to customer. Yeah, is that okay? On closing balances, it will take the entire amount for the year. On net transaction, it will take the transaction up to what date you have done it in the company. So you will not be able to relate it right now. When we do the budget, you will be able to understand it. Right? So I am selecting on closing balances right now. Is that okay? Shall I move forward? Right. So what is the expenses limit you are fixing? Let us say I am having, let me say 1 lakh rupees is my total budget for indirect expenses. If this is the case, how would it be? How the budget will show? For entire year, I am fixing or estimating that 1 lakh would be my expenses. Allen Technology says, please repeat. Yeah. See, Allen Technology, first of all, I am creating a group budget. Is that correct? So here if you come back to the screen, here it says groups and ledgers. So I am not talking about ledgers right now. I am talking about group. So when you say yes in group and get inside, it will ask which group you want to select. On which group you are fixing the budget. Yeah. Subbarao says, good morning sir. Very good morning to you, Subbarao. Come, please come. George says, the amount is applicable for the mentioned period. Am I right, sir? Absolutely correct, George. So the mentioned period here is the year, April to March. Correct? So for 1 year, what will be the budget? That's what I am fixing right now. I have selected indirect expenses. But these two options we need to understand. So don't be in a hurry to understand this. We will come back and we will discuss more on this. But right now I am selecting as on closing balance. Right? And fixing the amount that 1 lakh may be my expenses for the entire year, 1 lakh. Allen Technologies, are you getting? Any doubts still now? Okay. So now what I'll do, I'll just save this information and save it. I'm not touching the ledger, sir. I'm not touching the ledger. Ledger budget, I'll come back, okay? So let me save this information right now. Now I have done with this. So what I'll do, I'll again create some ledgers. So let us say I'm creating the ledgers under indirect expenses. Am I right? So I'm creating salary expenses. Right. Opening balance I will not give. And I'll create one more indirect expenses, let us say conveyance. So I am creating two ledgers under indirect expenses. So I am going to save it. Two ledgers I have created. So let me pay some expenses too from my cash or bank or wherever it is. So on 1st April I am paying a conveyance of rupees, let us say 2000 and saving it. Jojo says, sir, your screen not refreshing for me. Is that so? Are you able to see the payment screen now? Others? You can check the internet connection also, right? So let me save this. So now I have saved one expenses on my company. So that is 2000 rupees. Now on 30th April, I will pay salaries also. Let us say 20,000 I am paying as a salary. So what is the total expenses till now for the month of April? So what is the total expense right now for my company? Yeah, task says 22K, right. So I have 22,000 total expenditure for my company, correct? If I go to profit and loss account, so it says indirect expenses 22,000 rupees. Right? So now we will see the effect on our budget. So for budget you can go display trial balance also, where your indirect expenses is there. You can see there is 22,000 indirect expenses. So in trial balance you can apply the budget. Right side you can see there is an option called budget variance. Alt B is the key. When you say budget variance, now whatever the budget we have created, those budgets will be listed over here. So expenses budget it is showing right now. So let me select the budget. Right? So now you can see the budget report over here. So what is this budget report? We have budgeted 1 lakh rupees. So this is the budget amount. Am I correct? 1 lakh we have fixed it, but actually how much we spent it as on today? So we have spent 22,000. We have utilized only 22% of it, and then the variance, budget variance is 78% positive, means still 78% is there for my company. So this is what the report says. Are you getting what is this report? Very important to understand. Right? Because we have selected on closing balances, this will show entire 1 lakh rupees only here in 22,000, right? 1 lakh total budget. Now 22,000 you have expended and 22% utilized for indirect expenses. You can see other groups it is not showing the budget, correct? Because we have fixed only to the indirect expenses. I can see the budget variance also for indirect expense. Code clear to everyone? So this is budget on closing balances. Means the entire balance of 1 lakh will be taken into consideration. 1 lakh is for 1 year, correct? Any doubts? You can ask me, Apex, Anaga. Task, others. So there are 21 attendees right now. Arrange Technologies. Task says it's monthly budget report. What about quarterly? See, if you want to change it to the quarterly, right? You have to change the period, right? So it will show like that. But this budget we have done it for year task, correct no? That we need to understand. For a year, what is my total budget? Harish Kumar says, what about 5 lakh amount? Harish, 5 lakh is only my capital account, okay? So that will not be considered for budget. Indirect expenses, I have fixed my budget of rupees 1 lakh. Jojo says, sir, once you please press F12 button now. Okay, I do that. Okay, Alan Technology says, yeah, now Jojo, let me finish your query. Any questions? Right. Yeah, Alan Technology says, please repeat budget variance report. Right, yeah. Apex says, sir, please repeat what about 5 lakh amount. Now, 5 lakh is there as a my capital only, right? So 5 lakh will not be applicable to budget, right? Budget I have fixed only on indirect expenses for 1 lakh rupees. Now forget about capital account, other things, okay? Indirect expenses, you had fixed or estimated that 1 lakh rupees will be my 1 year expenses estimation. But as on 30th April, if I see, the total expenditure I made is 22,000, which is 22% of my 1 lakh rupees. That's what the actual says. And variance is still 78% positive is available for your, means 78,000 still available for your budget. So that is a variance. Right? In the sense 78% is still available for me. So this is on closing balances. Total closing balances. It's very simple report, not so complicated. But when you take net transactions, then you will come to know the real effect of it. Is that clear, everyone? Alan also says okay. Yeah. Anaga, you also said yes? Okay. Right. So now what we do, same budget, I will change it to net transactions, okay? I'll come back to accounts info, budget, alter. So this budget I am going to change it to net transactions and see the difference in the report. Okay, just I am changing the option. It was closing balances, but I am changing it to net transactions right now. Are we clear? We will see the difference in the report. What happens? I'll go to the same report, display trial balance, and say Alt B for budget and press enter. Now you can see there is a difference in percentages and the amount, everything. You can see the budgeted amount, it is showing as 8,219.18, and then the actual you have spent 22,000, but it is 267.67% of this amount, and variance is minus 167.16666. Yeah. How many understood this report now? Now let me throw, I will throw the question to you. How many understood this report and how it is correct? Anaga says it shows month-wise amount. George says I did not understand. Very what you can say? Prompt reply. George, I really appreciate that. Apex says or days or day-wise. Okay. So who can give me the correct answer? Yeah. So it shows month-wise, says Anaga. I will say it is not. Logic Fusion says don't understood. Very good. Very nice to hear that. Okay. If anybody understood what is this, I just wanted to have a discussion here. That's it. Okay. So that's the beauty of budget in Tally. Okay. You can play around with. Smart Infotech says how it is calculated 8219.18. It will calculate of 8333.33. Okay. So anybody understood this? Now think about the logic. What we have done previously, we have given as closing balances. Now we are changing it to net transactions. Now net transactions, if you take, the last transaction was on 30th April. Do you agree? If I get inside, see salary, I have paid it on April 30th. So up to April 30th, I have expended 22,000. Right? Now how Tally will calculate? Let us understand. I will go to calculator panel. Now 1 lakh is fixed for how many days? In a year? 365. Am I right? So Tally will calculate total amount for 365 days and into how many number of days you have completed right now till today. How many number of days we have completed? 30, right? Am I right? See, 1st April to 30th April, 30 days I have completed. For 30 days, if I take, the budgeted amount was 8,219 rupees 0.18. Can you see this here? And so for a month, I should be spending this much, but the actual expenditure is 22,000. So that's why it is more than expended amount or budgeted amount. The percentage is more here. And you have less, this much you have estimated less. That's what it says in the variance report. Helen Technology says, okay now. Yeah. Did anybody got it? Everybody got it? If not, please let me know. Let me repeat it. So these two are very important to understand in budget. What is on closing balances or what is on net transactions? Alan is clear, and then Apex, Anaga is clear. Jojo or George are getting? Somebody has given the answer also. Yeah. So, correct. Apex Anaga has given the formula there. Jojo says, yes sir, now it's very clear. George says, what if the period is for a year? Now, if you take for a year, it will April, so it is doing like that. So what we do here, to understand more of this, I will create one more voucher on 31st May. 2 months we will complete it. Then we will see what happens. Is that okay, George? That will be very, very good. Right? We will see one more expenses on 31st May. So let me go to May. On 31st May, I will do one more payment entry. Let us say salary expenses. I'll say 10,000 is my total salary paid. On 31st May, I'm saying. So, what is the total number of days completed? 61. 30 in the month of April, 31 in the month of May. Let me save this. Go back to the same report, trial balance, and apply the budget. Now you can see this amount is changed. Judge, are you getting what I'm saying? Now this amount is changed where you can say this is totally 61 days is calculating. 16,712.32 or 33 what it is taking. Is that clear, everyone? Now, without clearing this, I cannot go ahead with the budget. George says, yeah, okay. Apex Amiga says, clear, you can continue, sir. Yeah, what about others? I need everyone to understand this. If you have come late, I don't know whether you will be able to relate it or what. But when we started around 10, 12 were there. So, they should be able to tell me whether it is clear. Okay, Jojo says 9 were there. Yeah, 9 were there. Now it is 25 already. Yeah, so many are saying continue, clear. Yeah, Harish Kumar Kel says, please repeat calculation method. What you are not able to understand, Harish, here. See, for expenses, on indirect expenses, I fixed a budget of rupees 1 lakh for entire year. But budget, I said I wanted to see for net transactions, means till date, whatever the vouchers are entered, for that I wanted to see the budget. Now, as on 31st May, if I go, the report shows in the budget variance, your budgeted amount as on date is apportioned to this much, 16,712. But actually you have spent 32,000, which is more than the budget amount. Right? Now it is 191.48% of your budget, which is more than budgeted amount. And this much is less you have budgeted. That's what the variance shows. Task says this year, this is year plan. Can we see this report by monthly wise? Then you have to create monthly budget task. Right? You have created a yearly budget. You have to create monthly budget for that. Then it will show monthly budget. So we'll come back to that. Okay. So let me do now. We have done with the group budget right now. So we'll see ledger budget. Right? So I'll create one more ledger. Yeah, Smart Infotech Narayanan says, is it possible to set a budget 3 levels in one shot? If possible, please explain. Let us see that. Anaga says, can we change it to monthly? Yes, you can do that. Monthly also you can change it. You go to a budget, alter, So here, if you want to change it to month, you can do it. You can say April only. For April, what is the amount you are going to fix? You can do in month-wise also, or yearly budget also. Anyone you can do it. It depends on you how you want to see the budget report. Okay, clear. Now what we'll do, we'll create one more ledger. I'll create one more ledger. Let us say freight charges, under indirect expenses only I am creating and saving it. Freight charges I am creating it. So what I'll do, I will have now budget for ledger. I'll create one more ledger budget. Ledger. Right. So here also I'll just fix it for year. Now I'll not touch group. I'll go for ledger. I'll say ledger to yes and select the ledger according to me. Freight charges. So I can say closing balances or net transaction here also. So let us say 10,000 is my total expenses for freight charges I have budgeted. And saving it. So if I go to trial balance, there is no expenses till now for freight. So let me go and pay the expenses for freight charges. So let me say 1,000 is my, or 500 I have paid it on month, May month, and saving it. So I'll go to display trial balance. So I have now freight charges also. So here now I can apply the budget again. So it will list both the budgets now. One is ledger and one is group. So if I say ledger budget, now you can see only the budget is applied for freight charges. Why not for others, conveyance and salary expenses? Can you tell me? Jojo says, sir, will it carry forward for the next year? No, it won't, Jojo, because we are fixing for 1 year, no? Tally Bank Computer Education says those are the group budgets. Yeah, that's right, Satish. You are right. So I have not fixed ledger level budget to conveyance and salary, but I fixed only for the freight charges that 10,000 is my yearly budget. Now till today I have spent 5% of it, that is 500, and still 95% variance available here. So this is ledger budget. Are we clear? What is the difference between group budget and ledger budget? But when you go back and apply to indirect expenses here, right, that is budget, it will also include freight because freight is under indirect expenses. In group budget, it will also include freight. So you need to understand the difference between what is ledger budget and group budget. Yeah, Shiv says because we set budget on ledger basis. You are right, sir. Yeah, are we clear? Any doubts till now? So I always used to say in trainings, right? So I'll say clear and all clear. Many may have heard it. Clear means everything is going inside, and all clear means nothing is going inside. So which one we are in now? Is it clear or all clear now? Subbarao says clear. Tally Bank Computer Education says, ha ha ha. Then Satish, it seems all clear, no? When you're laughing. Jojo says, sir, if my budget is 1 lakh and I have 20,000 remaining in my budget, will it get forwarded to next year as pending opening balance? No, it won't, sir. See, budget cannot be carried forwarded, sir. The logic itself will go in a way. Budget should be done for every year, Jojo. Are you getting what I'm saying? Budget cannot be carried forward. Jojo says, if I transfer my expense to assets, what will happen, sir? Then it is not your expense, no? That becomes your asset, Jojo. If your question is, if I transfer my expense to asset, then you are capitalizing your asset, your expenses. So it will not affect your budget. It will not show in the budget also. Smart Infotech says, can I maintain cash budget in Tally? Cash budget in the sense, your amount, how much you should keep it. That's what you are saying, sir? Anand? So that's a good question. Even I haven't tried it till now. Maybe. I'm not sure, Smart Infotech. Let us do that if possible. So I'll create one more budget. Right? I'll say cash budget. Task says, can we use this for sales promo or yearly target or goal? Yes, definitely you can do that. For income also you can do that. Definitely, sir. Absolutely correct. You are getting it properly now. For example, in sales promotional, I said that I wanted to earn 5 lakhs from this, or I wanted to do turnover of 5 lakhs. And you can create one ledger called sales promotion, so and so, under sales account, and create a ledger budget for that. And track all the sales under that ledger. Definitely correct. It is possible. Okay, so I'll go to group budget as, yeah, we have cash in hand here. Let us say 50,000. So we have cash in hand. I'll say budget and cash budget. Yeah, it is possible, I think so, sir. Is it right? It is showing some amount. So debit I have fixed at 50,000, but available is much more. So it is showing. Smart Infotech, Narayanji, are you there with me? I think you can do it. Yeah, task, are you getting, is it possible to do for what you are querying? Whatever you asked for? Apex Anaga says, please repeat. What to repeat, Anaga? Apex Anaga says cash budget. See, cash budget means I can fix the amount for my cash. So I wanted to have 50,000 in total, but my cash is more available. So I don't think the relevance is correct according to me, because fixing the budget on cash, I don't know whether it is business relevance is there or not. Not sure, Anaga. But option is available, but I don't know what you are expecting for. I'm not sure the relevance of it. Because expenses will go on increasing, but cash, it may be anyways, right? So we don't know whether it is business relevance is there or what is cash budget is all about. So shall we move ahead now? Apex Anaga says we'll try and see later on and let you know. Yeah, thank you. Yep, I got it. So now one more we have called cost center budget also we have. So let me activate cost center. So when I activate cost center, so I'll create one cost center. let us say sales department under primary. So now I can create budget, then cost center budget, sales department. I just created a cost center, Anaga. Just created cost center, okay? That's it. In cost center creation, nothing is there. It is just creation of cost center. Okay, then I'm going to again budget, then create. I'll create cost center, budget, sales department. From April to March only I'm doing. Now we can see cost center is also available in the list. So I can select the cost center. So is it on expenses or income it says? So let me say expenses only, and I'll say 25,000 is my expenses budget, or is it on closing balances also it will say. So let me say 25,000 here also. Just I'm giving the details and save it. So cost centers I am giving, sales department I have selected, expenses I am giving 25,000 and 25,000. In closing balances also. Income I have not given. Income also I can give it if you want it. We can use both also. You can remove this and say total closing balances also. That is also possible. Let me see. We'll try to experiment it here. Okay. I'm saving it. Yeah, Apex says, but cost center budget can be maintained for different departments. Yeah, you can do that. Okay, so I'll create one more ledger. So let us say commission under indirect expenses, and cost centers I'll say S here, or we can say sales incentive. Just I'm giving some name. Okay. So I'll go and pay sales incentive 2000 and select sales department here. I'm allocating to cost center. So in a voucher, I'm allocating to cost center. Anaga, I have not entered any voucher. I'm in the new voucher, payment voucher. I'm in the payment voucher only now, right, Anaga? Are you there with me? Or something is distracting you, I think so. What? This master. So this is sales incentive indirect expenses. Just I have activated cost center so that I can select cost center. That's it. Okay. So I am allocating it to cost center over here. Let me save this. Shall I save it? I'll come back to you then, Anika. Okay, don't worry. So I'm just saving it. I'll go to display. I need to go for cost center report. I can say cost center breakup, or so here also budget variance is available. Let me see what happens. Now, here it is not giving me the budget. So let me see here. Yeah. So now you can see the budget variance, right? So this is the budget amount, and this is the actual amount, and this is the variance. So I have fixed it at 25,000 on my debit balances. So it is taking on net transactions only. right? So like this, let us say 25,000 divided by 365 days, right? So into it says 31 days or 61 days because I am on May. So 417808 it is taking properly, but my income only is 2000 right till now. So it is 47.87 of 61, correct. Somebody corrected me, yeah, Jojo, 61. So I have selected 61 only. So 4178 was the amount, budgeted amount, and actuals are 47.87. It is 2000 of this amount, and variance is this much. Yeah, Anaga, now did you got, see, if you go to any cost center, you will have debit and credit balances, correct? Now, any debit balances is expenses, credit balances is income. So in this case, I have expended of 2000 rupees, that is debit balance amount. On debit balance, I fixed the amount. Yeah, I'll go to that, okay. So now you can go to budget and also see that cost center budget. Yeah. So I have selected cost center, sales department, expenses 25,000. I have not set for income. So this is debit balance and this is credit balance. So on debit balance, I have fixed 25,000 as my budget for the entire year. But only for cost center, remember this. It will not be visible in any other report. It is only for cost center report. Okay? I hope everybody is getting now. So got some insight on budget. Even though it is a small subject, but interested to play with this. That's what I would say. Yeah, Satish says it's new option for me. Yeah, thank you very much, Satish. If you accept, I'll pat myself. Okay, did something good in this webinar. Okay. Right. So we'll move on now. I think budget is done according to me. So you can explore it more. So we'll see the controls also. Right. So controls is, so Apex analysis, then after that what you did? I went to display, statement of accounts, cost centers, then category summary. So it will show all your cost center report and apply the budget here. Cost center budget. That's it. Anaga, clear? Show the payment voucher. Yeah. So this is my payment voucher. Apex Anaga, please write it in full letter, sir. So I am not conversant with this SMS language, okay? Don't kill the language, please. Are you getting what I'm saying? W8 and these are all very not so professional, I can say. Any language you need to respect it. That's it. That's what my concern is. Okay. Done. So now what we do, we'll understand credit limits. So credit limits or controls is that, see for example, my customer is there. Let us say Vinay Traders. I'll create one Vinay Traders. Right. So here's my data. So Vinay Trader is my data, and so I want to set a credit limit for this ledger. Let us say 50,000 is my debit balance which I will give it to him. So that's what I can say. Right. So I can fix the credit limit over here, saying that 50,000 it should not exceed more than 15,000. Satish says starting language. Yeah, that's right, sir. Okay, now let me say this. 50,000 I have fixed it as a credit limit for this ledger. Joseph says, but sir, one of my customers from NGO, they are facing that every year they have to enter budget manually in masters. So is there any development for this process? Joseph, budget is always for the year according to me. I don't know why you should take it forward, or should it say take forward the same amount? Is that what they're expecting for? See, according to me, budget is always changing. It cannot be same for the next year also. If they want to carry forward right now, I don't think so it is possible, because we are fixing it for a year. I need to get the information, Jojo, but you need to understand the relevance also, the business logic. Every year, companies will make budget at the beginning of financial year. So that budget is always changing. Correct, Jojo? Am I relevant to the question what you are asking for? Right. So budget cannot be carried forward according to me. My understanding says it cannot be carried forward. You explain it to them. If they come up with any explanation, please let me know. That's okay. So they might have some their opinion also. Right. So now I have created one ledger, that is Vinay Traders. 50,000 I have set. So now what Tally does actually, when you go for sales or purchase, right? So let me say sales, right? And I will have Vinay Traders. So now I am selling it. So let me say I'll create one sales ledger only directly. So inventory I'll say no. Even cost centers I'll say no. So I am selling, let us say 25,000 now. So new reference. So now Tally will allow this. Right? So I'll go one more voucher, Vinay Traders. Now you can see it says current balance sales and say 25,000, even 1 rupees also. Tally will not allow me to say the voucher. So it says you are exceeding the limit. Means, so below 50,000 only you can bill it. Right? So if I say 25,000 exactly, then Tally will allow me to save this voucher. See? And now, until and unless I receive some money, I cannot raise even a single rupee bill for him. So let us say 1 rupee itself. So now it says you have exceeded the limit. So this is about controls. You can have it on your debtors also as well as creditors also. Is that clear? Subbarao says, I enable the sales order process. Is it allowed or not? Sales order, I don't think so. It will not allow, right? Because only when you raise a bill, it is outstanding, sir. Am I right, Subbarao ji? Tally Bank Computer Education says, how can we, I'm not getting your question. Yeah, it's set for bills, correct. Not for orders. Satish, you have any questions? I didn't get your questions properly. Tally Bank Computer Education says, how can we allow this voucher? So you can go to Vinay Traders, right? Control Enter and change the limit if you want it, if you have the option. Right. So now it will allow. Without alteration, you cannot allow. It will not go further, Satish. In only one scenario where Tally will not move ahead is this, where total stoppage is there of the software. You cannot go and save this. Task says, no, without enabling budgets and controls, it won't show. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's right. This is the only place where it is being totally stopped as it is. Okay. Yeah. So any more questions on this? This is called control. Yeah, that's right, Suman. Harish Kumar says, sir, if I fix budget for full half year, I will split the company half yearly, then budget will carry forward. Will the budget carry forward? That's a very good question, Harish. Even I haven't tried it. We can do that. Can we split the budget, company here and see what happens? Apex Anaga says, can we set for creditors? Yes, we can do that. So you can go create ledger. Let us say, so now you can set a credit limit here also, Anaga. Can you say that? So whatever the amount you wanted to have it, you can set it for that. And same thing will happen when you purchase it. So it will show the credit limit. Clear? Harish Kumar's question is very interesting one. Sir, if I fix budget for full half year, full financial year, I will split the company half yearly, then the budget will carry forward. That's a good question. Yeah. So let me split the company. Give me some moment. Split company. So half yearly I'm doing it. So splitting is in process. I think budget may not be carried forward. I'm not sure. So let us see that. Okay, it is done. So from September there is a company, right? So I can show she budget. So let us say a group budget I have it. No, this is having the same information. So for 1 year it is having the same information. Budget is there, right? So you can pass the vouchers. I think it will be relevant. Just I will pass one payment voucher. Hmm. Yeah, it is taking the same amount. 1 lakh only, I think so, sir. Hmm? For entire amount it is taking. Maybe it is not correct. It will retain the budget information, but for half yearly we need to change it right now. It will not split into two. Tally Bank Authentication says, where can we set credit limit options, sir? Budget and controls only. You want to enable or setting it. So we have both ways. One is ledger creation, I can have it, or ledger alteration, I can have it. Or we have one more option called credit limits here. So when you select credit limits, you can fix it for debtors, creditors, or whoever is available. So I can fix the limit over here. Okay. Yeah. So this has been done. Shall we move ahead with the scenario management now? There was a question from one of the participants. Task, can we get credit limit report in outstanding? I don't think so it is available. Let me see that once. No, in outstanding it is not available, sir. No, you will not be able to get that information here. We can have that also here, no? Where somewhere it shows what is the credit limit. I think we can bring in, but I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, in F12 somewhere we can bring it, I think so. Show credit limit. That's a good one. We can do that, sir. Yeah. Okay. So we have one more called scenario management. So scenario management, if I go to my balance sheet or profit and loss account, so let us say my sales is total now 50,000 rupees, right? For 50,000, I have a profit of 15,500. So this is my scenario right now, or my actual business right now. But if my sales is, let us say, 70,000, what would be the thing? So if that is the case, how would we do that? So for this, we will create a scenario. Let us say I'll go to scenarios under accounts info, scenarios, create, scenario 1, I'll say sales. So here I can include actuals and say which voucher I wanted to include in this. So I'll say I wanted to include sales optional vouchers only. I can include any number of vouchers. So I can exclude also, right? So let us say I will save it. I'm including sales vouchers here because I want to increase my sales and see the scenario. So now on the same day or any other day, let us say sales. So I will mark it as optional. That is very important. So I need to mark it as optional voucher. So you can do sales for anyone. Let us say Vinay Traders or so Vinitalo. So I'm increasing my sales to 20,000. So optional voucher I have passed. Is that clear, everyone? Apex, if you have not set optional, your actual business itself 70,000, okay? Optional will not include in your financial transactions, right? So that's why you have to mark it as optional. Otherwise, it will become your own real sales. Tally Bank says optional voucher will not control credit limit or what? Yes, sir, definitely. Optional is not your sales, no? It is just booking it. When it is a regular one, then it is booked. Okay. So now what happens here, I can have a scenario. Let us say, I will say alter column or alter column I can say. So here I have a scenario, okay, saying that scenario 1 sales. Show variance if you say, it will show variance. No, wait. Yeah, one sec, I'll come back to you. Wait. So it will show here. Let us say new column. So here I should get the scenario. Just a moment. No. So it should include the optional voucher. That's what says. So now you can see the scenario over here. So it says 70,000, which I am taking it. So for scenario, if I wanted to see, it is 70,000 it says, right? Because it is including the 20,000 also, which I have passed it now. But in profit and loss account also it should come according to me. Here it is showing only 20,000, right? But you can see net profit it is showing more, but here 70,000 it should come according to me. Okay, this is actual and this is scenario 1. So this I will come back because it should show according to me 70,000, including the optional voucher, right? One more cost scenario I will create it. Let me see. I'm not sure. So I will include payment optional vouchers. So I will do some payment. So total conveyance was paid 2,000. So let us say salary I am paying it 10,000 more. So I will mark it as optional. So when I go to balance sheet, it will not show the salary which I have paid it because it's optional voucher, right? So any auto column? No. So only 10,000 it is adding and showing in variance. Yeah, Anaga, even I'm not sure what is happening, so don't worry. Okay. So here it should include 10,000 according to me, that's what I mean to say. In total, it says actuals it is showing like this, okay, it is not. How we had done it? Last time we have did it. Yeah, this is right. Can we see that now? So what I'm saying is, my actual expenses was on 2nd June, it was 34,500, but I have added 10,000 more. So if I add the expense of 10,000, what would be my business looks like? So here 15,500 is my net profit. If you add your expenses, it shows 5,500, right? Your profit is reduced because you have increased your expenses in scenario. So this is scenario case, and this is actual case, right? Are you clear now? Are you getting what I'm saying? Anaga? See what I'm saying, Anaga? Actual will be my some amount. So according to me, on 2nd June, we have 15,500 as profit, according to my business. But I wanted to see a scenario where my expenses are more, and I want to include that in the report. It is just for reporting purpose. It will not affect your accounts. Okay? So for that I have passed one payment voucher, that is 10,000. Right? On salary 10,000. In September I have passed the voucher. Right? Now, in scenario, it will include the 10,000 amount. This is scenario. Can you see that now? Scenario expenses it says, and this is actual. So I can compare. If this is the case, what my business looks like? It is assuming and seeing the report. That's it. So scenario is just creating a scenario and see how my business looks like. Okay. Many companies may use this option, right? But there is an option in Tally. That's what I would like to show it to you as scenario management. Yeah, Satish, can you see the difference now here? Actuals it is showing that 34,500 is your expenses, but if you include scenario, see scenario, 10,000 more is being included because of optional voucher. Yeah, except the screen, profit and loss account. So this is my actual screen, actual report. So now I'll go for a new column. New column I'll say from April to March. So I'll say scenario which I have created, right, and press enter. So now it will show two columns. One is for actual and one is for scenario. Right. So now you can see that in scenario it is been increasing the expenses and reducing the net profit what you are earning. Okay, so just simple option where you can, if customer is asking, you can, I think I have completed with the webinar. Any questions, you can have it right now. Anaga, I think you got some insight into it. Any questions? Align Technologies, Account Pro, Archita, so many are not responding it. Yeah, Tally Bank Computer Education says, so in controls only one option or what? Yeah, it is only one credit limit only, Satish, nothing else. Okay, so there is one question in NA. Sir, I have one question. In controls, we can fix the credit limit for supplier, but when we put the purchase with exceeding the limit, it will not show any error message. Is that so? So let me check it, NS. So what NS is saying, the controls are not applicable for supplier. So I have created one ledger, another supplier. So 1 lakh is their credit limit, right? NS. Who is there from NS? Yeah, Apex says, because all the webinars are very useful to me. Nice webinar, he says. Yep. One second, we will complete it. Jojo says, sir, will there be a webinar about a new release 4.5 enhancements? So it is not much actually, Jojo. In 4.5 it is the 64-bit compliance, it is coming, and the voucher level security. That's what the major things are. Okay, voucher level security is coming. Yeah, Sundar is asking a question. Let me see that now. 1 lakh I have passed. So I have not passed any vouchers for this person. So let me pass one voucher, another supplier. So I'll say purchase. So both I'll set it to now. Let me say 90,000 first. New reference. Another day I'll pass one more voucher. Another says, please explain why we set to accreditors the credit limit. Why we set is not the matter, but we can have it, that's what we can say. So if you purchase whatever you wanted from that person and pay whatever you wanted, if you want to stop that, yeah. So I'll say 20,000 now. It is not stopping, you mean to say. So there is no check here then. It is only the information available to you. Right? Here it says credit limit is 1 lakh, but you are extending it by 10,000. Means it is a reference only. Yeah. Yeah, right. You're right, sir. You're right, Sundari. Okay. Yeah. Any more questions? That is also sure. Suman says actually our credit limit is set by our vendor and not by us. Yeah, that's right. But for us also we can have a information. That's it. Yeah. Right, Suman. Agreed with you. Apex Anaga says, please mail me today's webinar. Yeah, I do that. Okay. So the interaction was very well. And how was the webinar? Were you able to get it? Arish Krishna says, can we get demo data which you were created now by the end of the session? Yeah. I will upload data also, sir. Okay. Jojo says, thank you very much. Satish says, super. Okay. Suman says, you know the best part of webinar, sir. No, I'm not getting your thing, Suman. Can you tell me? You know the best part of webinar, sir. Means what? You're asking me the question? Jojo says, nice. Apex says, sir, even the previous webinar link is not available for download. Which one, Naga? Suman says, we get the recorded webinar too. Yeah. Yes, you will get it. Suman, you told something. I'm not getting what you told. You know the best part of webinar also. What is that? You want to get the recorded webinar? Anaga says payroll. Payroll is uploaded, Anaga. I have sent a mail also. Multi-currency, I'm not sure I have done it. It is there available in the portal. Okay, Suman says it's the answer to my own question. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that is there. I can see that actually. So let me show that to you. Anaga, you want PPT, yeah? You want PPT also, I will send it, no? I'll not hold PPT also. See, in this, if you go, multi-currency, it is available, no, here? Anaga? Multi-currency is available, payroll is available on 10 December ka. So I think I have it. We have many. So you mean to say there is no PPT in this? Let me check that. Otherwise I'll put the PPT also. Okay. Yeah. So any more suggestions on webinars, how it is going, how it is conducted, whether it is good or are you able to get? So please let me know your feedback also. Subbarao says thanks a lot. Thank you a lot. Yeah. Thank you very much for attending also, Mr. Subbarao. And very nice interaction we had today. Jojo says only the timings is the problem. Satish, see, other person is saying now timings is the problem. So many have asked morning we need it. So we changed it. So we are having 10:30 in the morning and 4 o'clock in the evening. What time you are looking to, Jojo? Hemant says thank you and Suman says thank you. Morning is good for me, says Satish. Hardik says please send me webinar. Yeah, definitely. Suman says evening time it is much preferred. So we have conflict in attendees, Suman. What we can do, we have to do. Suman says morning time is little hectic. So it depends on partner also, sir. So anyhow, we are recording the thing so that you can get it. That cannot be solved actually because one person will have different thing. Joseph says 1 to 3 p.m. is our lunch hours, so we can spend time without disturbance. But that is our lunch time also, Jojo. She says how we download this webinar. You can get this link, sir, right? So link is this much. So if you click on this link, you can download it, sir. I'm giving this link and I'm sending to you also. Okay. Yeah, Shiva, I have given you the link and I'll send you a mail also. Okay. Right. So thank you very much for attending the session. I hope you enjoy with me. I always do. Joseph says no gain without pain. Absolutely agreed with your statement, sir. So there is some pain to gain knowledge. But once you gain knowledge, I'll tell you it is for lifetime. So for gaining knowledge, we have to spend some time. Right. Thank you very much, everyone. Suman says, yes, sir, we enjoyed too much with you, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you a lot, says Jojo. Have a good day. Have a wonderful day and take care of yourself. So keep coming to the webinars and thank you from here. Bye-bye. Satish says, thank you for, sir, meet you in the next webinar. Yeah, thank you. Enis says, thank you for its useful session for us. Yeah, thank you very much.